The first Sunday slate of NFL is finally here, and truly, I could not be any more excited. Yo, what is going on, you guys? How is everybody doing today? It's your boy King Sanders here, and we are back with another day of sports betting. This is going to be for Sunday, September 11th slate of NFL action. Man, I am so stoked to get into it. But before we did, I did just want to go ahead and say that we are still currently on the road to 7,000 subscribers. So if you guys are new, make sure that you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and turn on that notification bell so you guys know whenever I post. Next, I did just want to go ahead and give a quick shout out here to all of our members here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do. And thank you guys so much for giving such a small channel such a big chance, as I always say. It truly does mean the absolute world to me. So much more than you guys will ever know. So, without any further ado, we do have some really good plays today that I truly love. I absolutely love these plays. We do have two over-unders. We do have a spread pick. And we do also have a player prop. So, we are full of plays today. But we are going to be adding a new segment onto the channel as well. This is going to be mostly for NFL plays, and if I really like either like an MLB play or an NBA play, something like that. But we are going to have a new segment. It's basically going to be what my favorite lock of the day is, and it's going to be at the very end of the video. So make sure you guys do check that out. But before we go ahead and dive into our plays, because we do have quite a bit to cover, just a quick word here from our sponsor. This video is brought to you by PrizePicks. If you guys don't currently have a sports book that you do use, or if you do have one and you're just looking for something new, PrizePicks is a great way to get started. As you guys can see here on the screen, we are able to bet on pretty much every single sport that you can think of. We have MLB, we have the NFL, as of right now is the preseason, we have college football, we even have things like CSGO and some esports as well. And obviously, as you guys know, I'm a huge NBA guy, so once the NBA season does come around, you guys will be able to bet on player props from there as well. PrizePicks is very easy to use. I do love the no-run first innings, and that is something that you can go ahead and bet on here on PrizePicks as well. It's an absolutely fantastic app and website as well. So if you guys haven't already signed up for PrizePicks, make sure that you guys do that and use code KingSanders, and you can go ahead and get a deposit match bonus of up to $100. So the way that it does work is you go ahead and pick a couple here. So I'm just going to, for the sake of the video, say that the White Sox and the Orioles tomorrow are going to have a no-run first inning. The Toronto and Boston and the Cincinnati and Philadelphia are all going to have no-run first inning. Basically what I would do, I would go ahead and click less for all of these and do what is called a power play, which is basically the same as a parlay. All three legs do have to hit in order for the bet to actually cash out. On the flip side of things, you can also do a flex play. The flex play basically means if you do get one of the legs wrong, that's perfectly fine. You can still win some money. So PrizePicks is a great way to be able to win some money using player props and things of that nature to be able to win some money. So you can put together a bunch of different legs to win out some pretty big money. So once again, make sure you guys do use code KingSanders for whenever you do sign up. You will get a deposit match bonus of up to $100. And once again, thank you so much, PrizePicks, for sponsoring today's video. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are here, and I'm so stoked for the very first official Sunday of the NFL season. Normally I would do like a recap of like last week, or if it was like Monday Night Football, I would do a recap of Sunday, stuff like that. But as of right now, don't really have anything. I can do a quick recap of the Rams and the Bills game. I took the over in that game. We all know how that went. Matthew Stafford played absolutely abysmal. Then we did have Stephon Diggs over 68.5 receiving yards. That one did end up working out for us though, so a little bit, that was a positive. Then we had the Rams plus 2.5. That was an absolute nightmare. So we ended up going 1-2. Let's go ahead and straighten out that NFL record here starting today. So without any further ado, let's dive into our first pick. Our first play of the day, we are going to be taking the Packers and the Vikings under 46.5 points here at minus 105 odds. Now, I really do like this bet for a couple different reasons. First things first, historically, these two teams, when they have matched up in Minnesota, have had really low-scoring games. If you take a look at the under between these two teams in Minnesota, the under is actually hit in 6 of the last 8 matchups that have been in Minnesota. So I do think that history is on our side with this one. Hopefully, we can go ahead and keep that narrative going once again. Packers are also going to be losing Devontae Adams. I think that that's no shocker to anyone. Obviously, he he is no longer on the roster. So it is going to be a much worse offense, in my opinion. I think that they are losing a lot of talent here. And in the last 5 Packers season openers, they've always gotten out to a pretty slow start. They have actually only averaged 19 points per game in their last 5 season openers. So they have really struggled here in their season openers when it comes to scoring points. So I really do think that we have a pretty good advantage with this one. I do think that the Vikings are going to actually have a good chance of winning this game, but you never really know. I didn't want to take any sort of a spread here, but I loved the under in this situation. History backs it, and I think that it's just a really good spot. I think that it's going to take a while for this Packers offense to really start clicking once again. I think it's going to take some time, and so as long as the Vikings don't go off and score like 40, I think that we have a pretty good chance. So that is going to be our first play of the day. Packers and the Vikings under 46.5 points at -105 odds. Now for our second play of the day, I mean, come on. What kind of homer would I be if I didn't pick a play from the Bears game? So we're going to be riding with Darnell Mooney over 5 receptions versus the 49ers at -122 odds. Now you can get this bet at over 4.5, I believe, on some sports books, but it's boosted to like -150. This one is just -122, and I think that it really has a good spot of hitting. You can also put this in PrizePicks. His PrizePicks receptions is set at 5. So you could put this with the Tom Brady square and be looking at a nice little 2-legger. But if you take a look at it, the 49ers are a very great run defense. And I don't think that that's any shocker to anybody. They had the 6th best rush defense last year. Now, on top of that, Bears don't really have a great offense. Shocker, right? But they really don't have a very great offense, and I don't think that they are going to be running the football a whole lot, especially against this 49ers team. They're not really going to be able to. So I think that they are going to force Justin Fields and the Bears offense to make a lot more passes. I didn't want to take Mooney's over in yards, and the reason being is because I don't think he's going to have any big-time receptions. I really don't. But I do think that he gets a lot of short looks from Justin Fields, like on slants or on curls, stuff like that. So I do think that he has a good chance of hitting this over. And Mooney is by far the wide receiver 1 on this team, and it's really not even close. We have Mooney there. Then we also have St. Brown, Byron Kringle, and Pettis. But Pettis is even in the second string. He does kind of only come in situational. But still, I don't think any of these guys are going to be taking completions away. The only guy I do foresee that taking away any completions is going to be Cole Kmet. I do think that he's a pretty good security blanket for Justin Fields, but I don't think it's going to be enough to not allow Mooney to get 5 catches. I think that Mooney for sure crushes this. So that's going to be our second play of the day. Darnell Mooney over 5 receptions versus the 49ers at -122 odds. Now for our third play of the day, we're taking the Colts -7 here versus the Falcons at -110 odds. Now, I really just like this play because at the beginning of the year, you just have to pick the better team between the two. And I just think that this spread, it's doable. It's doable for sure. The line hasn't really moved on it, and there's a lot of people on the Falcons, and I just don't see it. Maybe it's trappy. Maybe it's, maybe the public is right on this one, but I can't do it. I can't take the Falcons in this situation. The Colts are a much better team in almost every single position. They have an advantage in my personal opinion. I think that they're a much better defensive team. They're a much better offensive team. And the over-under is set to 46. I don't think the Falcons have nearly enough weapons outside of like Pitts, of course, to be able to hit this over. I truly don't. I think that it's going to be Pitts, and that's it. And I just don't think that he's going to be enough to score at least like half of these. So I do think that the Colts can get it done here, at least just win by a touchdown. And if you take a look at it, if you look at their last 6 matchups, Atlanta, they had covered in 3 straight in their most recent matchups, and then the Colts had covered in 3 straight. So hopefully, if the trend continues, the Colts will start kicking again, and they will cover in their next 3. So that is going to be our third and final play of the day. I think that the Colts win in a rout. So we're taking Colts -7 here versus the Falcons at -110 odds. Now, here it is. For our fourth and final play of the day, King's King Shot play of the day, we are taking the Patriots and the Dolphins under 46.5 points at -110 odds. I love this play. I love this play so incredibly much, and let me tell you why. first things first, they have a new offense in Miami. Obviously, the addition of Tyreek Hill, definitely solid, no doubt about it. But when it does come to it, I just don't think that this team really has had a whole lot of time to gel. I think it is going to take a lot more than a couple preseason games for them to really start kicking things in. New England is also a very heavy run-dependent team. Even with Mac Jones, they had the 8th most rushing yards in the entire NFL last year, and I just don't really foresee that changing. I mean, I feel like they're going to be just keep running the football with Stevenson and Damian Harris, of course. And I just think that that's going to be most of their offense. I think that even with Mac Jones didn't really have a lot of big-time throws when it came to, like, down the field. And I think that they're going to stick to that similar offense. Bill Belichick really doesn't change a whole lot up. So I just don't foresee them going out and scoring a ton of points. And Jacoby Myers is going to be questionable for New England. That is taking another weapon away from him. And Chase Edmonds, of course, the other running back on my fantasy team, it is looking like he is starting to recover from a injury as well. So I think that it is going to be a very run heavy game, and I think that the New England is going to be able to take care of that wide receiver core over there in Miami. Also, New England is as of last year, of course, did have the 4th fewest passing yards per game in the entire NFL. So I'm not saying that New England is the same team as they were last year, but still, I mean, overall they're always a very good defense. And I think that this is going to be a very run-heavy game. I love the under in this situation. It's going to be in Miami, and I just really think that the Patriots are going to do some damage here. I also like Patriots spread, but not nearly as much as I like the under. So that is going to be our 4th and final play of the day. King's Kill Shot play of the day. Patriots and the Dolphins under 46.5 at -110 odds. So that is going to do it for today's video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure you guys do like, comment, subscribe, and drop your favorite play down in the comment section down below. Like I said, we are still currently on the road to 7,000, and if we can hit that 7,000 by the time that the NBA season does start, I'll be doing a pretty big giveaway, and you guys will not want to miss it. So make sure that you guys are subbed. But without any further ado, that's going to do it for me. This is King Center signing out. Peace.